there is one Mario Kart track that resonates with the community. No, not this one. This one right here. Some fans love it, some fans hate it, but everyone remembers it. How's it going, everyone? My name is BarrZ, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Mario Kart track that broke the entire community. Let's discuss. So we have to take a look back on when this track originally released, because it has released 3 times over the course of Mario Kart's journey. The first one being Mario Kart Double Dash, where this track was originally introduced. And I believe, personally, that this is one of the most annoying times that Baby Park has ever been released. Because if we take a look at Double Dash in its entirety, personally, one of my favorite Mario Kart games out there, whether that's due to nostalgia or whether that's due to actual gameplay, this track was unlike any other that we have seen within Mario Kart up until Double Dash. First thing being is that it was an oval track, and this was one of the first times that we did not see a traditional 3-lap race within Mario Kart's history. And not to mention that the standard GameCube variation of Baby Park, it didn't have any of the rails, guarding the items that could be thrown across the track. And not to mention Mario Kart Double Dash's item spin with all of its special items, shells, bombs, you guys name it. This really did make Baby Park more annoying than it had to be, not only because it was a very small and compact track, not only were there items, but the barriers were gone, so that way if somebody got a big BarrZ shell, it would just be going around across the map and just, bumping into a ton more players and making that first place race that you strive to get through in the Mushroom Cup more annoying than it has to be. But this track's theme and aesthetics were honestly some of the best that we have ever seen within Mario Kart. It's literally an amusement park. How many times do we actually see an amusement park within the Mario Kart series, and also with a goofy theme that actually resonates with a ton of fans out there? And Nintendo actually did take Baby Park a step further with Mario Kart DS. And Mario Kart DS was the game that revolutionized Mario Kart forever. This was the first time that we have actually properly seen a Retro Track Cup unlike any other. Sure, Mario Kart Super Circuit did have Retro Tracks, but this brought Retro Tracks to a brand new level. And what do you know? One of the first Retro Tracks that was ever brought into a Mario Kart universe was GCN Baby Park. Now, aesthetically and gameplay wise, this plays almost identical to Mario Kart Double Dash. And aesthetics wise and gameplay wise, this really didn't change too much as the core of what it was within Mario Kart Double Dash. But there was one huge difference between this game and Double Dash's Baby Park, is that snaking was a thing. And if you guys don't know what snaking is, essentially you drift and you spam the directional paddle whatever way you want to go, and then you actually boost in the direction that you're trying to go. I'll show some gameplay right here if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but essentially that's what snaking is. And even though being an oval shaped track, if you could master snaking within this track, you were going to be first place a lot of the time. But there was still one major issue that plagued this track, just like in Double Dash, and that is no barriers on the middle of the map. So although the special items were gone, you were still prone to random green shell throws, and if somebody got a green shell and decided to get a lucky hit, it would bounce off all the walls until it hit somebody, and it could be you, knocking you from first place all the way to 7th place, and you trying to play catch-up game. But there was a little piece of history that some fans may not actually remember with Mario Kart DS, and that Baby Park was actually featured on a boss battle mission with Goom Boss, and essentially you had to race around the track, try to beat Goom Boss, and that was pretty much it. And this was a cool little nifty thing that Mario Kart DS actually did. We haven't really seen the mission mode return. If you guys do want to see mission mode return, please let me know down there in the comment section below, because I would love to have mission mode come back. But after appearing in both Mario Kart Double Dash and Mario Kart DS, there was one more time that this track actually appeared back within the series, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And my god, if you want to talk about chaos on a whole nother level that isn't Mario Kart Double Dash or DS, take a look into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Baby Park, because stuff has changed about this. The first thing that has changed is that there were no more rails in the middle of the track, so item spam across the tracks, going from one lane to another, does not happen here. And you might be scratching your head thinking, BarrZ, isn't that a good thing? Well, it is a good thing, but this track did bring a whole nother level of chaos to it for 2 reasons. The first one being is that the entire race was set in anti-gravity. So if you or another racer actually bumps into you throughout this entire process, you are both going to get a speed boost, which is a good and or a bad thing. But not only that, it's going to throw off your gameplay loop. So if you're actually doing something really well, if some team decides to bump into you, then you're going to lose your flow within the race. The other one being is that if you were a crazy enough person, you would actually run 200cc within this race. And 200cc was already annoying, but yet fun enough, where every single track felt more intense than usual. But especially within Baby Park, we are going way too fast and there's only 2 turns around the map. Sure, you get to brake less, but the fact that, there are these tight, 180 turns and the boosting and the item spam, if you were, in its prime during Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and you play 200cc in multiplayer, this is one of the most, intense, chaotic, and just weird times within multiplayer history that just, made everything so confusing. And visually wise, this is one of the most beautiful Baby Parks out of all 3 iterations. The track just felt so much more alive, like you were actually there in present day Baby Park. The colors were amazing, they really did pop, and it was in full glorious HD within Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But out of all 3 iterations of Baby Park, if I personally had to rank them based on how annoying they were, I would have to go like this, and I think the community would agree with me. Baby Park on Double Dash is honestly one of the worst experiences, but yet one of the most fun experiences that you could ever enjoy within Mario Kart history due to the special item spam and there being no barriers. The next one after that, being the more less annoying, has to go with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Baby Park. Not only because they actually took out the railings, which actually stops the over the course item spam with green shells, red shells, and all the other jazz, but it does have more gameplay mechanics that are actually annoying, that being 200cc and the whole track being set in anti-gravity. And the least annoying Baby Park has to go to Mario Kart DS, because essentially, while it still has those railings up and it still has an 8-player count, the special item spam was not prevalent here. Sure, you're gonna see some green shells, sure, you're gonna actually see some red shells get crossed over the line, but it's not as annoying as the other 2, mainly for those reasons alone. And if you know how to snake really well within Mario Kart DS, it kind of takes a little bit of luck out of the equation, because you're more apt to finish the race quicker. While this still has the element of luck within Baby Park, it's not as bad as the other 2. But Baby Park, the track that a lot of people love but some people hate, really did break the community. And not only was this track one of the most controversial and talked about tracks in the entire series, but this track really did bring a lot of fond memories, and I hope Nintendo keeps on remaking this track and one day make a Baby Park amusement park. But that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys do enjoy, and if you guys do enjoy, smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys do want to see more Mario history content right here in the channel. And I've been a little bit busy doing my other secret project, because I don't want to spoil anything yet. I really do want to keep this a secret, so I apologize for that. Some of you guys may already know how it's going to go just by the way I worded that. But yeah, I just want to say, if you guys did enjoy today's video, again, smash, thumbs up, share. You guys do what you guys want to do. But thank you guys so much. This is BarrZ signing off. Stay healthy, stay clean. Bye.